spoke of tortured souls, so outrageous the toll. You can lose all you have. He refused to give in to the town that takes all. Survive. You must have the will. This movie doesn't end the way we want all the time. Then he shouts at the moon, she's gone, and fear has overcome. He was walking the mile. He was walking alone. So outrageous the toll. You can lose all you have. He refused to give in to the town that takes all. Survive. You must have the will. This movie doesn't end the way we want all the time. When he shouts at the moon, she's gone, and fear has overcome. He was walking the mile. He was walking alone. 420 dead birds, they bleed upon the nest. There was no time for reasons. They had no sign of the threat. Now it's too late for me. This town will eventually take me. Too late dance the waltz, they laugh, whispering hand in hand, just like children like to do. Their eyes, what are they looking for? White dress flutters the beat, their song starting to make some sense. Only if you're listening. Dance, dance like butterflies. Shadows appear right before my eyes. Sound echo the absurd. Hard to explain something that I heard. Now hear the forest talking insects and birds. Does the scent of soil and beast breathe the life into the animal you hide? It's a great illusion one never knows. When you think you're really alone, feel the eyes of someone looking on you. Again, see how the children play. Red moon colors the trees, their feet, innocent rustling sounds. Oh, playful dreamlike fantasies. Dance, dance like butterflies. Shadows appear right before my eyes. Sound echo the absurd. Hard to explain something that I heard. Now hear the forest talking insects and birds. Does the scent of soil and beast breathe the life into the animal you hide? It's a great illusion one never knows. When you think you're really alone, feel the eyes of someone looking on you. Now hear the forest talking insects and birds. Does the scent of soil and beast breathe the life into the animal you hide? It's a great illusion one never knows. When you think you're really alone, feel the eyes of someone looking on you. Hear the forest talking insects and birds. Does the scent of soil and beast breathe the life into the animal you hide? It's a great
Funny story about Mr. Joe Ramirez, the singer of the pre-stream songs today. I was looking him up on Wikipedia once, and he's like a real ass music. I mean, I guess like Akira Yamaoka is a real ass musician, but on account of all music is real music. But he's like a guy. Joe Ramirez has like made like an album around I think the time of like the 2016 election or leading up to it, and like the names of the songs and or no, I was looking at his YouTube channel, and the names of the songs and the little descriptions he had of them were all at that specific level of you can tell they're pretty strongly politically influenced, and in no way can you understand just from that anywhere on the spectrum that he lies. Maybe the song lyrics themselves are more like indicative. I don't know. Anyway, welcome back to Foggy Friday. Welcome back to Silent Hill. This won't be the last Silent Hill game I ever play on stream, but I was expecting to take a little bit more of a like roundabout, playing some more like indie horror games or lesser known cult classics. I obviously this remake has been known about, and why is my oh, there we go. This remake like has been publicly known about for quite some time, and due to various factors, hold on, do I need to move this over a little bit? Yes, just a tiny bit. Silent Hill Remake should be $2. No more, no less. Well, maybe less. Whoops. I don't think anyone would be mad if it was less. Yeah, knowing very little but not good things about the company that was entrusted with it, and then like feeling like Silent Hill 2 is kind of really overhyped. Not that it's even a bad game, the original. It's certainly like understandable why it's so beloved. It doesn't quite hit the like certain things that I think make some of the other games somewhat better, but also less massively appealing. Anyway, like the whole point is like I wasn't ever planning on playing this. Even after it came out and I started hearing better things than I expected, because ultimately what I want from a remake of a game like Silent Hill is not what they did. Presumably. Maybe when I actually play it I'll like be won over, but I'm not gonna say that I'm expecting that to happen. But anyway, like I like got my hands on it in a reasonable way that wasn't like somehow earning 70 of my own dollars, because that's just the price that video games are now. It fell off the back of a truck. Anyway, a Silent Hill truck. It fell off the back of Travis Grady's truck on the way to Silent Hill, making a special delivery. He was just going through Silent Hill. Anyway, we've got it paused right at the beginning of the cutscene going into the game. So I will just let it go from here.
He walked up to you personally and handed you a copy.
That did happen. I don't like seeing all his stubble.
this town.
Oh, whoa.
What's up?
Is that smearing just on screen share end?
No, I'm seeing some of that too. That's not ideal.
I'm gonna try and be charitable and just assume it's because you don't
In my
have it on
restless
maximized
dreams,
settings.
I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Could Mary really be here? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
Okay, we're in it now. That is a little rough. Let me see if I can... Oh, I can, I can put a stupid mask on him. And I'm not going to say it's not tempting, but I don't think it would help me go through the game with a, like, open mind if he looked stupider the whole time.
Yeah, you're already having to have me on your shoulder, and I promise, I'm gonna do my damnedest to not be a little weenie. Oh, is that resolution right?
I think so. I've got to have it real small if I want it to, like, I like to make sure all my stuff, all my important settings on OBS are still available around it.
Oh, yeah. Is there like a motion blur setting?
I thought there was... Global motion blur and in-game motion blur are both off.
Okay. What's the other graphic mode?
I don't know if VSync being on would help at all. 90s.
If it doesn't completely tank your computer, you probably want that, because I think that's what adds on the like SH static filter.
Oh, the VSync or the 90s thing?
The 90s thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably fine. I don't need color
hopefully.
point mode. Don't need high contrast mode. Let me tab over to accessibility for a moment. See if there's anything over here that wasn't over there. Nope. Okay, well. Huh. I'm gonna be honest. Well, maybe I'll warm up to it. I was gonna... Whoa.
Did it need to have the big ring? all right.
This isn't right.
That's a point from me. Just the little bonk he does
There
when
we
you
go.
walk into a wall.
It's not every wall, though. I don't think. The fact that he doesn't do it when I, like, dodge into it is, like... Oh, you know what? Maybe it's specifically like...
Oh, the gesture is actually him trying the door. Oh, yeah, I should,
I
let
hadn't...
me think.
I hadn't tabbed out yet. And it is just too big to see, like, my display proper, or like my... whatever it is. So I hadn't actually seen your, avatar yet. Well, it's really dark in here.
I think I know. I think I know what to do.
Well, there's no point to being in here, I guess. The hands fashioned and made... I think? Thou... If this was also in the original, then I don't remember it enough to know what it says, and I can't read it. Oh well. Ugh. I don't like that at all. Like VSync?
It's still doing the smear.
Yeah. Having VSync help with that at all?
It's weird. It's the kind of thing that I imagine would be caused by the excuse me, by the world blur effects, but those are off.
Mm-hmm. It's mostly subtle enough that I think I can live with it.
Yeah, I can shut my mouth about it.
Fail. Like, it's definitely a little annoying.
Oh, before I forget, could you tell me what that album is?
I don't remember it. I was like quite a while since I was looking at it.
Who's the singer?
Joe Romersa.
I'm gonna. Yeah. American musician and composer. Oh, he's done a lot of Street Fighter stuff, like presumably vocal themes for the Street Fighter animes.
Interesting.
Oh, what do we got?
I think I'm gonna go all the way over here. Is there like...
Uh,
oh.
He engineered the 1978 album "Thank You for Funkin' Up My Life."
Okay, so there's like a quick... Huh. I guess it's like a quick turnaround, but without actually being a gameplay turnaround. Oh, because... I guess I kind of like that, if it's gonna be, like, over the shoulder. Like, James always faces forward and can kind of run to the side or backwards. And so there's one of the shoulder buttons is a quick turnaround.
It's at least usually good to have.
Once again, like, I think, honestly, my biggest issue that I'm gonna have to try not to do all the time is, like, compare the more 3D gameplay styles to, like, later Resident Evil games.
Well, that is something the remake brought on itself, and I think it's totally valid.
Yeah, but I don't want to just, like, hammer on it constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, like, admittedly, like, Homecoming and Downpour weren't exactly innocent of that comparison.
Sorry, I'm remembering the one post that's like, wow, I didn't think Silent Hill Homecoming's combat could be topped. But they did it.
What? Homecoming was fucking... It wasn't, I didn't like it. Like, there is definitely a point at which I can be like, yeah, I don't think this game should be combat heavy, but I can respect that they've done it well. And I don't think I would put Homecoming or Downpour there.
Yeah. Quote, the look of combat was so perplexing to me from footage alone, but actually playing it now, it feels so damn good. Love the feel of it. The hitboxes and timing are pretty smooth. I didn't think a Silent Hill would do any better than Homecoming did.
Ugh.
Oh, right, I gotta get back to my strategizing about, Icon. Did I download it?
Don't know how to feel about
Yes.
this.
He's red now.
Well, that was...
It's like someone's groping around my skull.
Ooh.
Like, that was from the original, but it was, like, just a static picture of him. And having it be, like, the red is looking back up, almost. I don't know. I don't hate it. Yeah, I guess it does, like, with the line about, like, feeling like someone's reaching into his skull, it does kind of, like, make the save points feel a little more supernaturally than they did originally. Ugh. They hate her on Twitter.
Oh?
I'll get into it in a minute.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just...
Hey, it's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah, I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But... I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. And it's not just the fog, either.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe. It's kind of hard to explain, but
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
But why?
I'm looking for... someone. Someone very important to me.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean, my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry, it's not your problem.
No, I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
There's definitely the point of, like... There's definitely a degree of, like, it doesn't feel like they changed enough. Like... I don't think... And I don't necessarily think this is an objectively bad thing about the original. It does, like... kind of, like... I feel like it adds to the way that it feels a little dreamlike sometimes, but... the dialogue still has, like... unchanged. It still has, like, a certain clunkiness that... I feel like is more at odds with them obviously trying to do better voice performances. Which
That's a good way of putting it, because I was trying to figure, like, I was trying to be like, all right, I feel a little mid about the flow of this conversation, but I don't want to just be like, oh, they barely sound like people talking to each other, because that would make me the dumbest hypocrite. But no, that's a good way to put it. The voice acting just feels a little weirder. The dialogue feels a little weirder when the voice actors are otherwise trying to put this, like, extra... I don't know how to put it. Grounded emoting.
Mm-hmm.
I do think I maybe agree with something I've seen a bit, which is just, like, as a basic level performance, like, James can certainly be fun in the original, but I think he's probably overall the weakest voice.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's okay. Like, I feel significantly stronger about the voices of various women.
Yeah. I don't hate the new actress for Angela, but, like, again, it feels like the performance she's trying to give isn't the one that was, like, that this dialogue was written for.
Actually, maybe I should flip it.
Great.
It's a way better supporting guide for this than Sparks. Image. Let's mirror it horizontally.
Making a Silent Hill collectathon platformer where Robbie the Rabbit is your
Odd.
is your silly guy. Whoops, don't do that. See if there's anything.
Did you want anything else?
No, it's just this fog. Does it seem unsettling to you?
I guess.
I'd have to look at the cast to know for sure. But it feels like people who are maybe objectively more, like, skilled at voice acting than the original cast, trying to still sound somewhat on the level in a way that, like, doesn't really work. Like, and again, like, not saying this as, like, like, the, what's the word? I mean, like I said, the original performances added to... The same way that, like, limitations of the gameplay and other things like that added to the atmosphere. Like, I don't know. I definitely think they should have tried harder to, like, get new dialogue written that would kind of deliver a different experience. Instead of kind of just trying to upscale the experience, but otherwise leave it unchanged.
That's maybe a reason for how I feel about it. I genuinely feel significantly less negative about remakes that just like get in there and try to upend everything into a new vision. Like, you know, deciding what and pick and choosing carefully what, like, thematically and appropriately stays. But, you know, I think of it as like Resident Evil compared to Resident Evil Remake for the GameCube, where all the dialogue was rewritten to sound a little less raw camp,
Yeah.
and all the deliveries are a little more serious. But those deliveries would have been really weird if it kept the original dialogue.
Exactly. Like, that's... Obviously, like, the writing for Silent Hill 2 wasn't as over-the-top or intentionally campy, but it still does have, like, that feeling to it that, like... It kind of almost, like, maintained more of an illusion that this one kind of, like, falls apart at. Like, it makes them feel a little more like they are just actually some fairly normal people who have ended up as, like, a freakish, confusing situation, whereas in this one they sound a little more like actors. Anyway, the thing about Angela, because sometimes if I'm bored, I like to make a very big life mistake and go on my For You page on Twitter, which is primarily composed of shit that has nothing to do with the kinds of stuff I actually post or, like, follow or like on Twitter, and is mostly just stuff that's trending. And so there was, like... I mean, you can basically guarantee with any new game, no matter what, there's gonna be the crowd of dudes whose only concern is being mad at anything that's, like, quote-unquote woke. And so there are people whose biggest takeaway from this game was that Angela looks too much like a man.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, well, you also got that
Which...
with the transphobe turf brain.
Oh yeah, but it's even like dudes who only play video games to look at attractive women. Went to town to get the window fixed. Spare keys in the drawer. The font looks so much worse. Like, I'm also gonna
Anyone in here?
try not to just nitpick. But
Yeah, I think you should convey your honest thoughts as they come.
yeah.
And try to put our hour-long conversation where I was just like the most nitpicky bits out of your mind, because I'm gonna, unless something actually, like, seeing it in action just shocks me, I'm gonna be... I feel like the energy of letting something wash over me is different from just kind of complaining about it in a vacuum.
Yeah, completely fair.
And so I'm usually better at shushing.
I did look through and they
I
have
found...
like a bold but otherwise the same font, and then they have a dyslexia-friendly font, I guess, which I don't know enough to know how good of a job it does at being that.
That's open dyslexic. It works for some people.
It does kind of, like, without needing it, I feel like it does just look a little too silly, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I'd rather something have an accessibility option that I don't personally like, but works for the people who need it.
I found the album.
Oh.
It's called Enough.
Yeah, that sounds right. This is another, like... I mean, like, the recent Resident Evil games do this. I don't know what did it first, but I've never understood... When it doesn't have, like, a purpose, like letting you look at details for puzzles or whatever, I've never understood why this is such a trend to like when you pick up an item, you can inspect it and turn it and stuff. Like it's, I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with it.
I think it's an interesting thing in the menu. I also think it's generally more interesting when some of the stuff you pick up is like very, very fictionalized ideas and like brands and concepts to just go for a little bit of the goofy immersion.
Mm-hmm. I don't actually... Hold on. Key found in the workshop, best auto parts. Auto service and tires. Don't actually know if I know where that key is supposed to be for, although maybe it's just... For this... it's probably just for this store. I wonder if... Oh, you know what? I'm gonna use Pokemon as a comparison point here.
Oh.
Because you know what? Something pretty infamous about Pokemon, but in a way that I think most people like, myself included. The original Ruby and Sapphire had the, like, legendary giants, or whatever people like to call them, that were, like, hidden behind puzzles where you had to, like, find a cave, follow the instructions left on a, like, passage written in Braille, and it would open 3 other caves where you had to go and, like, read more Braille and follow more instructions to actually get the legendaries. And then in Emerald, they changed what each of those specific puzzles was. And that is, like, that's something I like to see in remakes, is like a complete, like, I don't know yet if this one does it or not, but I like a complete redo of puzzles. And, like, what got me on this specifically was I hope that there's, like, even if the story is the same enough that all the endings are the same, I certainly hope there's, like, at least slightly different conditions for how to get them. But I don't want them to be, like, I definitely don't want them to be, like, simplified. What the fuck is going on here?
Well, you see, that's a scene from the original, and it's not how you get through now, but they want you to know, hey, did you know the original game?
Roadwork ahead. I don't
Should hope so.
It doesn't look like it. Yeah, I think that's really interesting game design. Is you go up to something and push a button and nothing happens, but the camera angle changes to make you think it's a cutscene. And then you sit there waiting and nothing
it plays
happens.
a jingle.
Yeah.
It plays a jingle to make you think it's important.
And then you keep standing there and nothing happens.
So for my limited poking at the album Enough from 2007 by Joe Ramirza.
What the fuck?
Hmm?
That's earlier than I thought.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, 2017.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, a thing happens a lot in my brain. I don't know if it's dyscalculia or what, where I will just say completely wrong numbers.
Oh yeah, okay, I got you. Whoa, what
You
is
would not
fucking happen?
You would not believe what a
It was like, as I was like hitting that little, maybe it was like a loading zone that was like not quite ready to load, but it like froze up a tiny bit for a second, and I was like, like a couple times, and I was like, is it fucking broken? Is it hating me? Is it evil?
does it hate you? You would not believe what a nightmare it is to talk to me about in what patches various Final Fantasy 14 things were added, because I will just say the wrong number constantly.
Gracious.
And I've been playing that game for nearly 10 years.
They've been making that game for at least 10 years.
What is it? Duke Nukem Forever? God, what was the actual... Hold on. Because I remember... If I remember right, it's like... In the end, it's a pretty small gap compared to what people are used to.
Silent Hill 8, still great. What's the math on this
Silent
one?
Hill 8, still great.
Unsure of like when being unsure when any of the like side games and spin-offs came out, and thus not factoring them in whatsoever. I think you could call Downpour Silent Hill 8. And I'm not gonna call it great, but I definitely think it's underrated in some ways.
Wait. I think it would be 7.
I am factoring in Shattered Memories and Origins.
Well, Origins is 0.
I guess you're right.
Like, they got the line through the O in Origins, so you know it's Silent Hill 0.
Mhm.
Also, it was called Silent Hill 0 in Japan.
That's true, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I guess. I mean, once again, if
So now we're playing it. This is Silent Hill 8.
Silent Hill 8, maybe against all odds, it'll be great, but I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Oh, I guess Short Message was 8.
Oh, they did make that.
Tries not to bring myself back to the Pepe Sylvia board.
Silent Hill's Origins.
Extrusity for you.
I can't even like. It's too chopped up. I can't tell. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Closed on state holidays. Handicapped entrance.
Extra wet for you.
We sell our flowers extra wet. So I guess like one thing that I did think of when I saw a clip of someone else playing the game, and I was like, well, it's annoying you can't interact with doors that you can't open, because in like all the old ones, if there's a door that you are never able to open whatsoever, you can still check it and it'll be like, it's like broken or whatever. But I guess like for whatever reason they did make it so that if you walk James into a door that won't open, he just kind of bumps into it. And I'm not gonna say that I think it's a good alternative, but I do think it's funnier. Hi, Cassandra.
Personally, I think it's a...
You go ahead.
Oh, no. You got a note.
There, alright. Miss Cassandra, a customer came in today. Ordered a mixed bouquet, red and white. I tried to explain it's bad luck, but he couldn't decide on just one. He seemed a bit off, looked at me like I wasn't even there. Then he just left, said he'd be back to pick him up later. I just wanted to let you know since I might be gone by then. Nothing on the back. Nothing else in here. Yeah, I'm not like flat out opposed to the idea of there being like more places you can explore, but just like with open world games, it feels way too easy for it to fall into like, yeah, you can go more places, but there's nothing there.
What is this?
Oh, looks like a water stain.
It almost looks more scrounged through the tiles than like splattered on it.
Like someone spilled some wet soil and then they tried exactly for one stroke of the mop to clean it up and gave up.
They did that, got dirt all up in the mop, and then said, well, my shift's over. It's someone else's problem.
And they were right for it.
Can't wait for Silent Hill Brotherhood and Silent Hill Black Flag.
Oh, right. What I was going to say was the real missed opportunity is we should have gotten a bunch of locked doors and exactly 3 different clips of different ways James reacts to them.
Yeah.
Darn, it's locked. Door's stuck. Gonna have to find another way.
Door stuck. Please, I beg you. Okay. Nope.
Door's stuck. For the love of God, Montresor.
I hope they should add a new ending where Maria lures you into the basement of Heaven's Night to have a nice bottle of wine with her, but then she bricks you up and traps you forever. Genuine optical.
That's good. I hate the fake kind. Okay. Here's a what? Huh? What?
What? Huh?
What's he hawing about?
I don't know. If you can't be bothered enough to give me something that I can read on the subtitles, then I'm not interested. Gonzalez Mexican Restaurant.
They did. He said, huh?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and then it was just like gone instantly.
Oh, okay.
It's the kind of thing where I think about shattered memories where you pick up an item and Harry will just say like a huh or cute. Like it was that tone, but the camera didn't focus on anything.
There's no way to know.
Oh, frick, cardboard boxes.
Yeah, it is like. Where'd everybody go?
Funny. I don't know. I think maybe it's a little less weird to just make an animation of reaching out and trying a handle or something. Here's how I test doors. Smack.
Stuff.
Oh my god, I was nitpicking. What was I nitpicking about? Oh yeah, okay. This is not even a me trying to get Silent Hill 2. I never trust look through a peephole things in horror games. So I'm just casually looking away from the screen. This is not a me like complaining about Silent Hill 2 remake specifically. This is like this is me complaining about the loss of fixed camera angles in general. Oh, well.
Hey, wait.
I don't completely like.
Just this
You were already
this
talking
general
about something.
impression. Just this general feeling of like it seems like they probably put a lot of work onto specific like details of things, but it all just sort of blurs together because you're not having those moments of the camera is wanting you to focus on this scene in this composition so you can see all the fine details of this, and so there's just kind of crap everywhere.
Yeah.
But again, I can't that's a sweeping complaint. That's a lot of games. This
Yeah,
one's not
honestly.
uniquely guilty.
And it does, like, it's another one of those things that kind of comes down to, like, in all fairness. Huh?
Oh, you know. Grumble, grumble.
Oh, the alleyway's over here now, I guess? It's yucky.
Ew, icky. I don't wanna. It's grody down there.
Do not enter. Area closed off due to an accident. Trespassing might lead to injury or death. Yeah, okay, it's... It really is like... Having it just blocked off to, like, throw off people who are expecting the original is, like, fine. But making a whole thing where there's something you can interact with that does nothing is kind of frustrating.
I can't imagine it's all that engaging or understandable to someone who's just playing this as their first experience as SH2.
That too, like... It...
What happened to this town?
If you know what it means, it's still, like... I mean, like I said the first time, you kind of just sit there for a second wondering what's happening until you realize nothing's happening. And then... Like, if you don't even know, like, the original enough to know, to eventually realize what's going on, you're probably gonna spend, like, the rest of the game wondering what you're missing each time you encounter a moment like that. Like, it feels like the kind of thing that, like... There's games that, like, give you, like, a little sting or a different camera angle to show you there's something you need to remember or to come back to.
Like, that especially feels important in a game that otherwise doesn't have a lot of those, and you're just kind of free roaming.
Hello, Meridian. Let me tell you all about
Hey,
James and
Meridian.
dogs.
Now James has that dog on him.
I definitely think there's a threshold of... I don't dislike this game enough as I keep playing it to stop, but I do get frustrated or, like... No, I'm not gonna even say frustrated. I get, like, unimpressed enough that I do just say, fuck it, I'm putting a stupid hat on. playing serious games,
Yeah,
winning serious
you gotta
prizes.
you gotta have the build up. You'll know when you're there.
Yeah.
Hello? Oh, you're slurping in here?
I do kind of like, though, that this is, like, kind of a series of abandoned backyards instead of just an alleyway.
That's fine. That's good.
I won't be surprised if I do come to an opinion of, like, they did change enough stuff that it comes back around to, like, why didn't they change more?
And honestly, I must say this right now. If you come out of the game like going, yeah, I think that was pretty good, or a more positive opinion than me, I'm not gonna try to like get your ass.
Yeah. Like, there is definitely an extent to which I'm like, oh, if a lot of people are saying this is good, I'm sure there is some merit to it. But at the same time, there's gonna keep being the fact of the matter of, like, it can be good as a game, but not good as a Silent Hill entry, and especially not as a remake.
Whoops, that's the opposite of what I wanted to do.
They should have had you play as Mary in this one. Same exact game, except it's completely swapped.
Well, Bloober would have to care about the interiority of women for that.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna, like... I don't know how much this is intentional, but it actually is weird how much more of this does look like Homecoming and Downpour. I think that's honestly gonna be, like, the thing I get, like, hung up on more than it being... I'm not gonna say hung up, like, it's a reasonable comparison. But I feel like I'm... Just right off the bat, like, these, like... The split in the wall you have to sidle through. Definitely not stuff that's, like, exclusive to those two games, but since they're part of the same series, they're more of that, like... Just kind of intriguing... Nutrition supplement. Okay, it's... And here's the thing also. You can't, like, fully rotate it like you can in some other games. You can just go back and forth like this. So that isn't really... Like, it was the same with the key, but I thought it was maybe just the key. But that's not conducive to items that...
That's why it's good when it's in the menu, because it's just a free-floating item you can spin around and you can project whatever the heck you want onto it. But when it's in someone's hand, you can't exactly, like, rotate it 360 degrees.
Yeah, but, like, you can do more than just...
Unless the developers have bravery. Then your joints should bend out of shape while you just spin it around.
I mean, I feel like there's a, like, they would have to do a lot more manipulating of James's arm and wrist than would probably be reasonable, but I think you could rotate it a lot and just have it be like his hand is still very clearly in the way of looking at part of it. Jerking my health drink.
I don't know. I'm straight up jonking it, and by it I mean my health drink.
Straight up joking it. James, look out. There's some kind of standing figure.
Kind of weakly boy. Hey, buddy, you okay?
Stay back.
Oh. I do like how upset he sounds.
Whatever it is, it's not human.
Well, never mind.
Yeah, he's done.
That's how you make a good game. Is you make a man sound upset and terrified. See, Murphy could scream. Murphy could freak the fuck out.
Listen, we love Murphy here. We're Murph defenders. We're real Murph heads.
Is this a different room? Oh, fuck. Hold triangle to use a syringe. Okay. I'll forget that. No, okay. This is something I... Okay. James 7T.
What were you saying?
So here's the thing that I like. Kind of noticed before I started playing it, I was like, it's like the yellow tape problem in like every other game. They've pre-placed like cloths on the windowsills of stuff you can, of like vault points, but if it's a window that isn't broken to begin with, it's just like kind of hanging here on one side only.
Yeah, they were planning to break it.
I mean, maybe.
Every single one of them.
This house is slated for partial demolition, but not all the way.
Where are you, Mary?
Where am I?
Where are you, Wary?
I'm just over here, I guess. You're telling me
Let me
because I
see
went
if I
through an
can-
alleyway over there that I'm over here now? That's just not right.
Ding!
Saul! I don't have any jokes about that. Okay.
You better call yourself up a joke. This is nothing. Let's see if this
Yes! Fuck yes! Oh, okay, it's
Hates
actually
it.
worth it. Never punished.
Oh, that didn't work out.
What?
I was just like, oh, that's a good idea. I should put a name tag on. Oh. Yes.
I could probably
Let
make
me
you one
see
real
if I can
quick.
place it. I put hearts on the eyes and everything. You don't gotta. I wouldn't mind.
I'm trying to remember how... Because I had a couple saved here. Does that do it? No? What kind of...
Hello, my name is.
What kind of source is this? Stop it. Behave.
Okay, maybe if I do this. Alright, flip it.
And reverse it.
Squish it, squash it, flip it all around. And now I paste in the name tag, shrink it down. I'm pretty sure that'll work. Let me hurriedly try this before you devote more time.
That's just not realistic.
It's not?
No, it'll never work out.
What a shame. Watch and stream. There we go, perfect.
It's quite small.
It's totally legible.
It's not illegible, but it's quite small.
Merge the layer below. Then. Gonna do this.
I do like that you keep being like, hold on, I'll do the work so you don't have to, and I'm already done.
Oh, you already done?
Yeah.
Oh.
I made up a
okay.
whole little
Ooh.
badge just for this exact purpose. I already had a couple of them saved. I just needed to figure out how to make OBS let me
Alright.
copy it and edit it.
All right, I'll delete this. I'll delete the wife.
It is funny though. Okay.
Gotta be funny because it's Silly Hill.
In the meantime, get even sillier on this hill.
Who's that?
The hill. Okay, one last delete and fix.
Oh shit! Matchbook. Neely's bar.
Get out of here, Steen.
Okay, thank you, James.
What do you say?
He briefly pulled out like a piece of paper and a pen and held them out for like a second and it didn't look natural, and it wasn't enough time to write anything. If you're reading this, leave. This place is not what it seems. Sometimes you just have to look behind. Run away, 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 run away.
Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away.
There's nothing behind. They should have changed it so James can,
So James can go.
They should have changed it so James could tap 2 and sacrifice a clue to draw a card.
God.
I'm gonna be honest, whatever the fuck is going on with that lying figure just isn't...
It just ain't doing it for me.
I mean, yeah, the second enemy you find... I'm pretty sure the second enemy you find in the original is, like... It is the same, like, introduction to the fact that the lying figure type can, like... skitter around real fucking fast on the ground, but... Instead of having it,
Yeah,
like...
I think it's just like a little tappy skitter noise.
It's that, and also instead of like
And
bursting out of a door and skittering off into the fog, it's like you walk past a car and it lunges out from underneath the car at you. It's more effective
I think the
as
very
a
first time.
more effective as a scare and as a look. You've had the combat tutorial, now you're getting thrown into it for real. Get back here.
God, that does not hit the same at all.
It's it's slower, and that makes it worse. Like, they're not actually intimidating enemies once you get used to them, but they're fucking like unnerving. This is good though.
Yeah, like the.
Okay.
Weird guy.
See, I think that should be a thing that lends itself to the which ending you can get, which is like, how much do you keep hitting an enemy when it's dead? They should take it into account. It feels like it would be a great way to be one of those, like an actually effective version of when games, like, berate the player for being too violent, but usually they, like, do that by... See, look, come on. It's just stuck there.
No, it was definitely okay. There was a tiny part of my brain that was like, hold on, was it there before?
Yeah.
Scott, it has to have been there.
It's like, I'm gonna be honest, guys, you can just use the yellow tape. Like, people make fun of it, but at least it gets the job done.
Like, people make fun of it in the same way people made fun of, like, how does Link carry all the items?
Yeah.
No one actually cares.
I saw him again, or at least I think so. He says he didn't, but I don't know anymore. I'm tired. Can't find it. Doesn't matter. That scraping noise again.
Well, it's really interesting.
Let me look around a little bit. Like, admittedly, Held a message for sex-based terms. Bend over.
What? Zelda's always saying this to Link before she rails him.
I have no idea what I was gonna say. I got thoroughly distracted by the 1-2 hit of, like, suddenly hearing an enemy approaching and then automod.
Bend over.
In March of 1965, the town of Silent Hill was visited by the main Psychical Research Association. After thorough examination, a team of expert dowsers from the association concluded the area surrounding the now historic Wiltz coal mine to be highly active. They also expressed their hopes for further research and exploration of the gorge. These hopes, however, were never fulfilled due to the location being restricted as a historic nature preserve, as declared by the Silent Hill Historical Society. Additionally, the idea was met with resistance from the local community, which claimed that the nature of the association's research would hinder tourist activity in the area. Questioning the credibility of our research and hiding behind day trippers seems like an excuse to prevent us from seeing what's really out there, commented one of the researchers. Unfortunately, none of the local representatives were available to comment on the matter.
That's extremely funny because it sounds like these guys are like, yeah, we're ghost hunters.
Editor's note. At the time of publishing, there exists no evidence supporting credibility of radiesthesia or proving effectiveness of any dowsing methods. Opinions expressed in the article do not reflect the author's views.
Do not reflect the awesome views.
Editor's notes. None of this shit is scientifically confirmed, but it sure would be cool if it was, huh? Yeah, this one's a little fun, but
you know what?
I did hear that.
I'm willing. Oh, sorry.
All I was gonna say is, like, I have heard that a lot of the notes that are new to the game are kind of just, like, semi-arbitrarily, like, trying to add to a generically spooky atmosphere without necessarily...
Yeah, I am willing to take the L if I am wrong, but if I had to guess, the only note you've read so far that is at all from the original is the elaborately thought out goofy story about psychic investigators.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Okay, that's enough. I don't know if there was like a little freak bug enemy type in the original, although I know they were in 1. Oh, that's all you got? Look at it and nothing. There's nothing. Okay.
What is it?
I guess it's like someone left all their shit in the washing machine. It looks kind of nasty. But
oh no. Maybe if James had a comment on it, I could figure out what's wrong with it.
yeah. Super strong, super clean. Wash away the stains of yesterday.
Wash away the stains in your soul. Hey, wait a second. Did that have rags?
I think they're most... No, it actually didn't. Huh.
That, honestly, this just then makes me go, wait, why are there so many rags on windows and other places?
Yeah. Well, having a tooltip that, like, early on that says, like, sometimes you can break windows to get into buildings would have been way more interesting than trying to do a clever subversion of the commonly accepted ways to indicate such a thing. That just makes less sense. Okay,
Or you could have had like a little note of someone who was like renovating their house and talked about how they accidentally like locked themselves out and had to bust a window to hop through.
Yeah.
Just be like a little story that fits in. It's just some environmental goops.
Okay, that was the bookstore, and that's that place. Where am I going? Do it.
As my
Mental math.
from them.
Okay, that's probably less. This will take me less in the direction of where I need to go. So I think I will actually go and check out the Texan bar, Cafe Texan, whatever it's called. Kaif, thank you for the follow. Welcome to chat. Okay. I did it. Not even worried about it.
I wonder how much my obnoxious nitpicker nature is going to be activated by steadily seeing that, like, oh, every time enemies appear, it's like playing Doom and monster closets.
Like,
Well, like, as in, like, you do a thing where you grab an item and then suddenly a monster that wasn't there before, like slides into the room because you hit the trigger and it's really obvious that's what happened.
yeah.
Not that in any way we're like, oh, that is an unacceptable way to make games, but just, you know, sometimes it can be a little obvious.
For sure. Like, it didn't feel like there was a reason for. Could have been more interesting to, like, at least have it come from, like, somewhere else than just spawning outside the window I just came in through. Hey, don't do that. Stop.
He doesn't wanna. That effect is not working. I need to turn down my game so I stop getting tempted to like boot along to the stupid marble snap menu music, which is gonna make no sense.
Hey, man. Come on, stop it. Well, I don't really have a whole lot of health items to work with. Never mind. Never punished. That man was here again. I told him he'd be warned not to come here. He acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. Anyway, he got up and left. He didn't make any sort of fuss, but there's something about him that gives me the creeps. When I look at his face, it's like I'm staring at a mask, and there's something underneath, waiting to get out. I don't want to be there when that happens.
Spooky.
Big J's note.
I like to imagine that it's just Pyramid Head. When I look at his face, it's like he's wearing a mask.
It's like he's wearing a big helmet of some kind. Okay, where am I now? I'm up here. I think I just checked that. Good gracious. So hold on, that way goes back to where I just came from. There's probably nothing else worth doing over there. Huh? Feels like that spot is like simultaneously coded as a window and as unbreakable.
Well,
okay, here's the diner again.
guess that'll happen. Lots of things will happen. Silent Hill.
Yeah, let's see how far it'll let me go this way. Whoa! Whoa! I can smash windows looking for passages and additional equipment? I sure am glad there was a tooltip, like several smashing windows of buildings into the game. Penguin.
Hey, that's a reason to zoom in on items.
Yeah. It's always moral to smash the windows of a cop car and take the bullets out of it. But don't tell anyone I said that. And also don't do that in real life. How far have you gotten? I basically just started. I'm running around just the streets as soon as it lets me run around the streets. I don't like how often you trade with them. I don't like how much you can turn. Okay, well there's a barrier up here.
Well, you wouldn't have to worry about it as much if the game was designed around the expectation that you, like, could and probably should run by enemies. Oh well!
The door that wakes in darkness, opening into nightmares.
Shut up! Shut up!
I think that's from... I'm gonna be honest, I kind of think that's from 3.
Maybe...
But if not 3, then it is from the original.
See, that's fine, though, because, because that's a teenage girl, and as someone who has been a teenage girl, let me tell you, that phrase obviously rocks.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, is it from 3? Because if it is from 3, that's weird to just shove that in here. It's gotta be from 2, if it existed before.
Yeah, it probably is. I think it's in a... Weirdly enough, I kind of think it's in a different place. Oh. But it is still on a, like, normal door.
Was it next to a door here?
Yeah, it was next to a door. I think it's like, normally you don't come, like, you come back to this part of town by coming through that door from the other side. Or maybe it only unlocks in the other world. I don't remember. It's been like a year since I played Silent Hill 2.
Having just looked it up, it's by a door and a big set piece tapestry wall that is locked when you find the note.
Yeah. The janitor came in the other day, drunk and in tears. Had half a record with him, kept yelling, "We gotta fix it somehow." I was willing to do it just to shut him up, so I got up to get the glue from the cabinet, but then he realized he only had the one half, so he ran out. Can't do much about the record. Maybe ask around at Neely's next time you're there. Might be one of theirs. I should probably use my other healing item. Oh wow, I like how there's, like, no animation of him pulling it out and using it. Even though there is one for the health streak. The long way. Broken vinyl record. And vinyl glue. I don't know a lot about records. I feel like you can't fix them that easy, but... I don't know, maybe as long as it isn't scratched, maybe it'll work.
I generally find people want to scratch records.
I mean...
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, didn't even see that.
Elf drink.
Music can bring you back to those wonderful moments you thought lost. Can't fix it with glue. I didn't really think so. Face the music, find the melody of your dreams, and kick up your heels.
Next message. Music. It's pretty pog if you think about it.
Oh. That's the wall with the door. Duvet by Boa?
I'm starting to understand that that observation I saw about the design of the remakes. It's just like, you know, it's hard to... It's hard to just kind of soak in the atmosphere when the game encourages you to go around smashing every window. I thought maybe that was a bit of an exaggeration or an oversimplification, but I'm not sure now. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like it when I can hear it, it kind of sounds like a pretty, like, decently well done redo of, like, the ambient music and sounds from the original, but it's not
also,
always...
like, so much of the flavor is on those windows.
Air International. Oh, hello. Toluca Lake. Enjoy almost 60 acres of a picturesque retreat. It's the perfect romantic getaway. Lakeside Amusement Park. Spend a magical evening with Robbie the Rabbit, Kathy the Kitty, Huey the Horse, and Dawn the Duck. Fun times await. Do you think they only made more mascots for it because Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff like that is so much more popular now?
Oh God. Oh God, don't say that.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible that there were references to other mascots in the older games, but Lighthouse, take in the
Maybe
view.
the horse.
Let it take your breath
Dog.
away. Old Silent Hill. Venture off the beaten path and discover the hidden gems of Silent Hill, such as the beautifully preserved Balkan Church. Watched 3 people
The
breaking
beautiful
windows so far
gems of
since
Silent
the
Hill. Oh man, hold on. I'm gonna look this up. Has anyone ever like made Pokemon teams reach Silent Hill character?
Well, if not,
If not, then I know what we're doing this call.
okay. I'm just gonna ignore that enemy on account of I like. Hey. Oh. Yeah, I mean, like, it really is, like, it's not just that you can break windows, but you are basically actively encouraged to. Here's Woodside Apartments. Can I already go in here? No, I need a key from somewhere. Clue it.
Oh, right.
Move the door.
And the added on thought was just like I wish my brain like worked. That'd be nice. Like, you know, so much of like the little bits of flavor in the world are the names of stores and the little messages on windows, and so it's like, yeah, just break all that. Who cares?
Texan Cafe. We gotta leave. Meet me there.
That's a weird motto for the Texan Cafe.
It's accurate to Texas. Okay, how far can I go this way? Oh, I see the...
And that you want to meet there?
So many people here. Huh.
Excuse me.
I don't really like that. I'm not even gonna say I think this is objectively bad, since it's probably more a side effect of the game being more combat focused than anything. There are kids like playing outside if anyone hears screams. Because I keep hearing them and being like, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's the kids
Spooky.
playing outside again. But I don't really like that when like an enemy gets close enough into range, James like readies up on his own.
Well, yeah, they don't want you running from combat.
What are they? I shouldn't go through. I don't know why. I won't. They don't stink, but it feels like they do. No smell at all.
Huh?
Huh. Come
I love when
on.
things don't stink, but I feel like they do.
I kind of like that as a like, as like a trait of a horror creature, like not actually having a discernible stint, but having like the vibe of one. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, rationally speaking, it's perfectly fine.
I'm not super pleased with. At least, like, maybe it's like if you initiate combat, it auto-turns the enemy around to face you. If you get him from, like, behind. Feels a little too, like... Feels a little too, we want this to be a combat encounter. So we don't want to, like, let you just get the drop on an enemy and effortlessly, like, defeat it before it can turn around.
Also, and this might change later in the game. I don't want to act like this is an impossibility. I am kind of getting the impression that, God, my words.
Oh, come on.
That there's just going to be a little less, hey, there are just kind of enemies wandering around and milling about. Versus, boo, jump scare. They got you.
Yeah, maybe.
You grabbed the thing and the enemies are here now.
It would not surprise me. I like... I don't know if it's intentional, but I like that kind of looks like a giant water bug instead of just generically a scary insect. I'd have to get a better look to know if I'm right about that, and I will not be doing that live on stream.
Oh, live on stream? Not live on stream?
I'm not gonna try to close up a bug. Dude, are you having
not gonna
fun?
try to put a bug on blast.
Oh. I feel like there's a real chance that I spend a remarkable amount of this game glazing Downpour. Like, not even on purpose. It just keeps I just keep coming back around to it, but something I really liked about that
I'd
one...
do it on purpose.
Oh yeah. Like I'm not saying anything I don't mean. But I do think it would be funny to have someone who, like... Oh, this is the bar. I guess I might as well go ahead and go in here and save. I haven't saved in a while. Something I did really like about... There was a hole here. It's gone now. Something I did really like about Downpour was, like... And it was partially because the radio that you picked up, I think, was from, like, a police vehicle or something. But instead of just being static, it would, like... As it got louder, it would have noticeable, like, chopped-up voices coming through. Like, made it sound a little bit more like an actual, like, poorly functioning radio instead of just a, like, enemy alarm. Not that there's, like, anything wrong with just the static. It's iconic. I don't know what got into him. He just started smashing the thing. Had to throw him out. He ran off, cried he'd fix everything. I gathered up what I could, still haven't found one of the buttons. Half the record is still lodged inside, but the other part's missing. Figure he must have taken it. Come to think of it, he did run towards Groovy. Anyway, maybe go check up on him? See if he's alright. He lives over at Saul by the pharmacy, apartment 9. See, did you see it that time?
Oh yeah, the little doodle.
It's so, like, it looks so stupid. It's too fast to, like, feel like it really makes sense or it's like a fun animation, but it is... It's not fast enough that it doesn't make it so clear he's holding a piece of paper by the very bottom and it's perfectly rigid.
It's also just, I don't know. I think you just have an animation of him putting the thing in his coat, and I'll believe that he has a record of it.
Yeah. Like, you don't need to draw attention to him making a little...
Like that'd be maybe a cute effect if like there was like a Morrowind ass notebook that like you got personalized James notes on everything in.
Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, that was only 2 bullets. Not surprising. Gotta keep it, like... Gotta keep the difficulty up somehow.
Gotta be believable.
Are you looking at something over here?
What's that face, James?
Right. Whoa. Well, that's the other half of the record. Yeah, sometimes I'll, like... If I feel like I've hit a point of no return that I'm at... Saves getting corrupted is a pretty reasonable worry. I never even think about that. I'm usually just concerned about if I think I've, like... hit a point of no return that I might, like, want to go back to for something. Glued up vinyl record. The Long Way Home. Oh, okay. Bring bugs next. 2 days ago and soft talk yourself. Uh-oh.
Woof.
Get a coin in there. Oh, I need to go find a little button somewhere. There's no other records in it, it looks like. Okay. Try this door. That's, I guess, locked with a key I don't have. Doesn't seem to be anything else in here. Let me see. So maybe I need to, like, head back towards the record store and maybe I'll find the button. Mildly frustrating if true, but... box. Oh, down to Salt Street Apartments. That makes sense too. Hey, stop skittering.
You don't wanna. God, he's so brutal. You can tell what he's been through.
Why did he do that?
Wanted to. What did he mean by that?
What was the purpose of this? Answering reading comprehension questions, but it's not at all about the actual story you're writing of the game. Whoa. Oh, it's a bug.
Stomping bug corpse repeatedly.
No, they don't leave enough. There's not enough bug left to. Oh, there's that truck. My god, it looks so good. Oh, bye. Checked from 0000 to 4013. Took almost 2 hours. Had to run. Checked from 4014 to 4439. Had to run again. I feel like I'm so close now. I just know it. You will see. Sooner or later, you will see. Smear.
You will all see.
I feel like he had a little too much physics on him. There's nothing to actually do with the truck. I don't know what codes this guy was checking, but... Make sure I can't, like... No, not even any windows that I'd be able to go through if I did smash them. Well, there's a door over here? I can't get to it. So that's not it. Alright. Happy Burger.
What?
Well, surely there can't be anything
I'll-
right here.
I'll be the judge of that.
Gotta be a pretty happy burger to satisfy James Sunderland these days.
You gotta burg up pretty early in the morning to get one on me.
Another peephole. Well, more like an entire porthole in the whole door, I guess, than a peephole, but...
Go pee port.
Feel the craving? You just can't help it? Go for it. Happy Burger. What you need is what you get. On the run? Grab something to go.
What you need is what you get. Just a guy who loves adventure.
Come on, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, once again, the fact that there's so much more you can explore and more places you can go before the, like, I mean, especially Woodside Apartments. Like, the fact that they've even added another apartment building. The fact that they didn't just give you the flashlight from earlier on is kind of frustrating. Like,
How long's the stream been going? Let me see.
a little over an hour.
2 hours.
Yeah, a little 2 hours. And I mean, like, yeah,
Did it take this long to like get to something?
oh, there's a little crawl hole.
Your time playing through 2?
I don't think so.
Because there's sort of nothing that's happened since you met Angela.
Yeah. And, like, again, I am kind of intentionally running around everywhere I can. But
You were also pretty thorough exploring.
yeah. See, I, like, did a whole little, like, loop-de-loop, like, not really a real puzzle, but a little something like one in this place for, like, a couple healing items. And, like, I'm not gonna complain about having extra healing items, but it's a lot of extra stuff to be doing while not having the flashlight. Apparently there's some deer in our backyard right now. We've had a little,
Oh
like,
dear.
feels like a little family of of a few that likes to hang around every now and then, but it's been a while since we saw them regularly. The freak. Oh, I'm right at the apartments now, so. Well, let's see. I don't know. Maybe they moved.
Maybe they schmooved.
Maybe they moved the. Maybe they moved the flashlight room to this set of apartments, and I'll have nothing to be upset about anymore for now. Apartment key. Found in a tenement house on Saul Street. Seems to open one of the apartments. What's your favorite Silent Hill? It's Probably 3. I do think there's, like, definitely some other good high points, and some that I think are pretty underrated, but ultimately, like, 3's got Heather, and she's pretty awesome. Became the cleanest beaches in the world. Pretty impressive. And believe it or not, the hill's been pretty silent so far. But anything could still happen. Okay, so there's 3 floors, and room number 5 is on the 2nd floor. Another syringe. Green Pharmacy. Relevment times 3, $48.21. Berolmin times 3, $96.14. Zalprazanax times 3, $24.51. Imatnelamed times 3, $282.81. Total $451.67. I wonder if those are like... Those are all probably super made up, but I wonder if they're based on anything. Freak in the Fog. The fact that it, like, kind of... I don't pick it up, but I kind of... No, I guess it's just like the other, like... optional notes, like the one in the bookstore. Here's room number 8 and 7. All locked. Oh. Good gracious.
Had to take a call. What I miss?
Nothing too much. Just been looking at the apartment building. I'm certain now it's coming from that apartment. I keep telling them, why won't they do something? It's unbearable. I can feel it seeping into my skin, pushing itself into my lungs. Oh! An anonymous gifter is gifting 1 sub.
Wow.
Whoever that was, thank you so much. I don't think Chicory's in chat today, but congratulations to them for getting the lucky
Chicory
sub.
surprisery.
Chicory surprisery. I gotta like set some time aside to make more emotes. I keep like wanting to or having vague ideas and then just like never thinking to actually start designing them.
That's a mood.
You can get 3 months of Nitro for free from gifting a sub on Twitch.
Whoa, epic.
Pretty handy. Okay, here's apartment 5. Don't you hate when you get a new apartment, but the landlord doesn't tell you there's a wicked crevice in the wall?
Bro, wicked crevice.
Oh, they make a whole big deal out of this. I'm gonna get jump scared. Nope. But there's something or someone upstairs.
Atnell around.
I sure hope there's no one waiting up there to cleave through me with a blade of judgment.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
No. Not yet.
Oh.
It would be super funny if they did just like put Freddy Fazbear in the game. There would be no reason for it, and I think it would make it a worse game. Or a worse Silent Hill game, at the very least. But it would be funny. And then she came and washed it all
what
away.
really matters.
It all started to make sense again. It's this place, I can't fight it. Gotta get my head straight. Quick stop at Texan, then we're going. Well, that's just not the right game, is it? Someone left all their ink in there.
Oh. Oh, I got ink all over my hands.
Must be some kind of ink machine in there. Oh! Huh.
Could you angle the camera so I can see his hand? Will I have to give light props to them? I think I might have to give very light props to them because
Yeah.
the hand does still. Yeah. All right.
No, I don't think I want to.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, this is just how I get back out of the building. Since that staircase is done and the one I came up through didn't last. Well, let's hole in the wall, get scared, I guess.
His face. Oh, I'm really swarping it this time.
Oh,
That's a bad roll.
James, whole time. Okay, well, now I can go back to the bar. Yeah, Neely's bar. Like, there's too many buildings they've drawn attention to. There's too many that I've been able to go into and that have specifically been important already. I'm not even going to call that an objective bad thing. I'm just not good at keeping them straight. Okay, yeah, so straight back up to the jukebox. Can you keep it down over there? want to engage with that guy, but there's the pharmacy door. We remake the entire Silent Hill franchise. But everyone is played by mice living in little mice-sized homes.
See, that's blessed, though.
Stop. Stop. Come on. Oh, hello. This place. All it's ever brought me is pain and misery.
Shut the hell up. Sorry, I promised. I promise.
I mean, I do really feel like there's... like... it's to the series' benefit that, for the most part, the only things you hear about the people who are going through it... Hello. Interesting. Don't know what that benefits me for. It's to the series' benefit usually that, like, most of the hints we get towards, like, what's going on in town is, like, still a good spread between, like, nothing particularly out of the ordinary, and then the stuff that is out of the ordinary is pretty clearly, like, mysterious and fucked up. Instead of just, like, everyone everywhere in the whole town is just kind of, like, unhappy.
They're sad. They're sad.
Like, it's interesting to me that that, like, it's traditionally, like, a resort town. And that, like, there's an entire possibility people... Whoops. Like, an entire possibility there are people who are just going through a normal life in town. Anyway. Groove with me, baby.
Babe with me groovy.
Park on the lake. We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us staring at the water.
So, maybe it's just me. And again, maybe this is a bit too nitpicky. It just strikes me that, again, as a resort town, I don't necessarily think that unless it's time for some people to come around and experience weirdness, that the town is so grim and dim and foggy everywhere.
Yeah. Like, not just the fact that it's a major backstory that James and Mary went there and had a perfectly normal, lovely time.
So you'd think James would flash back and it would be, like, sunny and such.
Yeah.
Or normal. I mean, mind you, I find fog lovely, so I'd enjoy a town that's just nice.
Oh, yeah.
That's just nice and hazy. Overcast.
There's definitely nothing wrong with it, but...
Fog and snow and rain. Like, listen, I've only really grown to appreciate sunshine at all after moving to the Pacific Northwest, where it's like not well, this is the only weather that ever exists.
He came back after you left. It's fine, he didn't try anything. He just seemed sad. Mumbled something about getting out of town with someone. I wasn't going to let him drive in his condition, so I locked him out. His car should be out back. Maybe check if it's still there by morning. It's the greenish-blue one, plate number ending with 06, I think. You know what it is? The
Like a random scrap of paper, too. It's not like he pulls out, like, a journal book that he flips open and closes again.
Yeah. It's like... And it looks like... There's a Fortnite emote that looks like that. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, God. So, is there a greenish-blue car out here? Because that's James's car, isn't it? And it's just like, they felt like they needed to drizzle on some more, you know? I think James might be sad and a little messed up. Oh, no, okay. That's got it, okay. That's greenish-blue. Or greenish.
Can't see
All
the
right,
license
good.
clearly enough to know if it's an 06, but...
Oh, it says 06? Because that's just a 0 at the end. Shoot. Wait. What? Okay. Oh, I was just like, hold on. Is that... Can you just arbitrarily not break this window?
No, it was just being weird. Where am I right now, anyway? Oh, I'm just in some darn alleys. Oh, hey, don't worry. It's over here somewhere. In case I, like, got lost. Oh, going through the one new path that opened up to me that leads straight out here. I'm just being, like, nitpicky, I get. Like, Okay, no, hold on.
It's fine, we both are.
Okay, alright, yeah. That one just arbitrarily can't be broken. And I don't even...
Okay.
I don't think it's intentional, because he's, like, doing the break window animation, but...
It's especially weird because the game has made quite a point of making sure you know everything is breakable.
I think it's that one, but
Eh. Eh. Eh.
see, this would take a lot of doing to do in a way that actually was like satisfying or interesting or anything. But it would be fun if like there was an extent to which like kind of like in Downpour did this, although it was mostly not until like the end of the game that it really indicated it, but like Woodside Apartments. Yeah, like, okay, yeah, like, why are there just 3 enemies here?
Because you did the thing. This isn't the kind of thing you think about when, for instance, there's loading zones. And, like, after you complete some stuff in a room, you leave and there's monsters wandering around.
Yeah. Oh, I just... Can you get back here? Oh, I guess they pushed through there, but since I
also, again...
Since I was in
yeah,
a cutscene, I
like,
didn't see it, so it's less interesting.
It's, you know, it's triggered by accomplishing something in the area, and they approach in a big, shocking, alarming way.
Yeah.
Oh, James, it's time. Time to get spooked. Baka. Wait. So Woodside Apartments key. You still haven't made it to the apartments?
Nope.
Oh, when you got into that building, I was just kind of like... all right, we're finally at the first thing.
Nope. They made a new apartment building that you have to go to first.
Oh, of course.
I'm all the way over here. It's almost interesting that it's, like, darker and windier, but they've... like... spawned more enemies, and... oh, come on. Like, made this... it's, like, kind of threatening combative music, but it's not, like... or it's like, it feels too combative. It feels too much like fight music for it to, like, have that proper, tense, frightening appeal that, like, a lot of the music from the original, and, like, the first and third games had. I don't know if I got the... I was thinking I was starting to have the thought, and that I don't think I actually got it out before I got distracted by complaining about that. It's about the time I normally stop, but since I started about half an hour late, I am going to go the usual 3 hours. So we are not...
I hope you get to the apartments by 3 hours.
I mean, I'm in the apartments now.
Okay.
But... there's no knowing how much... Oh my god, you know what? There's no knowing how much more I can get done in half an hour, but I do remember that by the time I ended the first stream of the original, I was, still in the apartments, so... Despite everything, I'm making pretty okay time. 3 bright coins, 3 actors in play, yet within the shade not one doth remain. The one once so gallant has fled from day's sheen, as far as he could from the icon of sin. The one whom he swore to shield in her life now lays in a grave away from his sight.
The icon of sheen.
The Charlie of Sheen.
Oh, well, okay.
Well...
I suppose.
Interesting enough, this definitely, this does feel like a... From what I remember, I think this is a new take on one of the puzzles from the original. So maybe we'll see if it actually is a new puzzle at all. Okay, just came through here. Go ahead and make a save. Maybe?
God, it's a good thing you don't have a light. I'd hate for there to be, really interesting, darkness that you otherwise can't see through, except for the single beam of light going on. Sorry, I'm starting to get, actual annoying mode.
Dear Madam, in response to your complaint regarding the gunshots coming from apartment 217, we have paid a visit to the tenant, and he assured us that he does not own any firearms. He was fully cooperative and granted us access to the apartment. True to his words, we did not find any weapons or traces of using one. Should the noises persist, please inform the janitor. Sincerely, Woodside Apartments Administration. Yeah, this is one of the ones I heard about. It's too weird that you just find a gun in an empty room. There needs to be an explanation. But it's a Silent Hill game, so the explanation needs to still be weird and creepy.
Yeah.
And
Hello? Is anyone there?
I'm going to try to go floor by floor, actually. I think there was some other stuff over here. More bullets. Okay. Seems to be nothing else, so we're going up. Another locked door.
Oof, my back.
Youch.
Ouch!
Which one's gonna start attacking once I pick up the flashlight? Is it the one that looks like a normal human mannequin? Is it the other one that looks normal? Is it the grimy one that's slumped over in the shadows?
Is it the icky boy? The sneaky slinker?
Stop that. Nice to me. Yay, the mechanic I've literally never used in the original. Shoot courtyard key. Well, shoot.
Shoot. Courtyard key?
I have so many health drinks, I might as well drink one. Yeah, I still don't like seeing them. I don't care if I can tell at a glance that they're not enemies. I don't like them.
Hate them.
Yeah, this is not really anything to say about, like, the quality of anything, but it has always been kind of funny how much an aspect of the games has been like you can turn your flashlight off to make it harder for monsters to see you and aggro onto you, and I've just never like taken advantage of that. I'll try a key anywhere. I don't care if it literally says on the name what it goes to. Okay, even if I'm going a bit longer, I do need to be right back.
Okie
I'm
dokie.
gonna, whoops. Put those right over the middle of the game.
Where'd that go? There it is. I wonder if Fawn deafened. It doesn't seem like it. Okay, definitely not. So let me see. Silent Hill 2, Amazon, the original. Rating. Most recent, and I'm going to go all the way back. Give me 1 stars. By Joseph, reviewed in the United States on April 8th, 2003. 1 star. Oh my gosh, what junk. I grabbed Silent Hill 2 later and was sorry I did. The game started out slow and boring. I spent an hour just walking around. By the way, there is no way for the character to run. It's all walking, and not normal walking either, more like a slow old man walk. So you have to spend 10 minutes just to walk to the other side of town. I can only hear dogs barking in the background, and I wanted to find them so could kill them or something. If you like slow, boring games, get it. Passing off junk like this should be illegal. Point being, ... Just because the commercial looked cool doesn't mean the game is ... Charles Bar. Oh, hi.
What are you doing?
Charles Barbander reviewed the United States on October 15th, 2001. These other reviewers must work for the company. I bought this game based on the rave reviews that it received on Amazon. I owned it for about 6 hours, then exchanged it for another game because it was a huge disappointment. There's plenty of territory to cover in the game, but it is very limited. Hardly any doors open. You must stay on the beaten path. The camera angles are annoying as hell. It is not first-person perspective. Instead, it is cinema style from all kinds of alternating angles. Makes it disconcerting to say the least when you are trying to control the direction of the little man on the screen. Let's just say that I have never had such a sinking feeling of regret as when I got home and tries this game. Thank God the store allowed me to exchange an opened video game. Don't believe the hype. Buy Smuggler's Run or Red Faction instead. James, the little man on the screen.
Someone was
But yeah.
brainstorming names for their Metal Gear OC.
Little man?
Heavy Heavy Viper.
Yeah, you got up and I was the only one here, so I did what I always do. Open
Classic.
up old Amazon reviews.
People love to be... I feel like people are, like... one of the human conditions is you're way more likely to complain about something. I guess I'm going to the courtyard and opening the chutes. Wherever that is.
What? I am so... Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I have one more I've got to read because this one baffles me. If that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't just charge ahead without checking first. Brian Guarino, 1 star, August 13th, 2002. It's good till you beat it. Parenthetical, and I won't spoil the ending. This was an awesome game. Some parts even scared the hell out of me. The graphics were good, the storylines intriguing, and overall it was just an amazing game. Now you wonder why, if this was such a good game, why did it such a bad review? Well, the answer to this question is obviously the ending, if you haven't looked at the title of this review. After I beat the last boss and after several hours of non-stop playing, I began to get very excited by seeing the ending finally. But as the ending came to a close, I found myself throwing up in my sink. And this wasn't because it was ... It was... What? It was because this was so terrible. I spent 6 hours by the end to beat this game. 30 minutes of these 6 hours were spent watching the most boring ending I have ever seen in my entire life. And I played Shrek's Fairy Tale Freakdown. If you're looking for a good survival horror game, Resident Evil-ish, get this, but for the love of God, turn off the power to your PlayStation 2 and do not watch this ending. And whoever else said this game was good is either full of ... or they were as high as a cloud.
Good gracious.
I'm trying to imagine anything about any of the endings that would be like... Oh, I played through the whole game and it was so good. I loved it so much. I love it. But the ending, oh, it ruined everything. Like, what did they see?
They were really fond of James and didn't like. They got the in water ending. That's my theory. Because if not that, then it's like, okay, what was it? Him leaving town safely with Laura or Maria? Well,
That
a
wouldn't
lot of-
be 20 minutes.
say what?
That wouldn't be the alleged 20 minutes they did.
Locane siblings murder. Perpetrator commits suicide in custody. Walter Sullivan, the culprit in a recent homicide case, was found dead having taken his own life on the morning of the 22nd in his jail cell. According to the police statement, Sullivan's death was caused by blood loss resulting from severing his carotid artery with a soup spoon, buried 2 inches in his neck. Sullivan was apprehended on the 18th of this month on account of brutally murdering Billy and Miriam Locane. Even though Walter Sullivan did not strike a former schoolmate from his hometown of Pleasant River as someone capable of murdering children, the schoolmate admits to having witnessed Sullivan in a state of severe paranoia shortly before his arrest. He was blurting out all sorts of strange stuff like, "He's trying to kill me. He's trying to punish me. The monster, the red devil. Forgive me. I did it, but it wasn't me," he recounts. I guess now that I think of it, he was kind of crazy, the schoolmate concludes. So once again, why keep that?
I'm curious if this has changed from the original.
It's not. And, why keep it faithful if there is, Silent Hill 4 that expounds on and modifies, what was going on with Walter Sullivan? Why not make it more, accurate to that?
They did change it a little bit, but the wording got more weird. Would you mind? I don't know. It's a bit of a sidetrack, so no worries if not.
Let's start
But I'm
right
curious if you might be able to pull it up real quick. Okay, there it is. Okay, you know what this reads like? This reads like when you're plagiarizing some writing and you just arbitrarily change some words. Let me see. According to police, yours says, according to police statement, Sullivan's death was caused by blood loss resulting from severing his carotid artery with a soup spoon buried 2 inches in his neck. According to the police statement, Sullivan used a soup spoon to stab himself in the neck, severing his carotid artery. By the time the guard discovered him, Sullivan was dead from blood loss, the spoon buried 2 inches into his neck. This one is the most what are you doing?
Yeah.
Let me read the original lead-in to the old schoolmate. An old schoolmate of Walter Sullivan's from his hometown of Pleasant River said he didn't look like the type of guy who would kill kids. Compared to, even though Walter Sullivan did not strike a former schoolmate from his hometown of Pleasant River as someone capable of murdering children.
Yeah, that's... What a weird thing to change for, There's no different meaning. It is just, slightly clunkier wording in both cases. There's nothing wrong with the original.
It's literally not even plagiarism, but it reminds me of the big H-Bomber guy plagiarism video giving examples of how people will just, take words and then barely alter them to become clunkier.
Yeah. Thunk.
It's just weird. Also, I gotta say, the delivery on this original is way better. It would kill kids. But I do remember that just before they arrested him, he was blurting out all sorts of strange stuff, like, he's trying to kill me, he's trying to punish me, the monster, the red devil, forgive me, I did it, but it wasn't me. Pause. The schoolmate then added, I guess now that I think of it, he was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
it's left as a beat of I mean, he didn't say this kind of stuff. No, never mind. He totally was capable. Like it's kind of a dark comedy, the original one.
Honestly. I don't know if it was like... It must be like Haunting Ground muscle memory throwing me off, but... I keep trying to press like the wrong button to open the map.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing that'll happen.
Okay, well, I thought this was going to be blocked off, but... I'm usually better. I'm honestly usually better at switching my thought process over, but... Who, where, what, why? Come on.
Oh, well, get ready for mannequins. You're going to be seeing them constantly the entire rest of the game.
I think, like, the thing that really frustrates me with the combat this way is, like... There's so many times when, like... Well, the natural way James swings, at least with this weapon, is kind of like a little 3-hit combo, and then he, like, needs to take a break. But there's so many times that, like, by the time I've committed to the second or third hit of that, the enemy has, like, is attacking as fast as I am, so we just bounce off of each other and both take damage. And it doesn't feel good. Like...
Yeah. It kind of seems like, Oh, I always forget what it's called. Not hit detection, but, like... There's a term for it. The ways enemies animate so hits feel like they really connected and hit.
Yeah.
There's an animation term for it, but God knows if I can remember. Like, it seems like it's not very strong in this.
I'm sure I've heard it before, but...
Hey! Wait!
Owned.
Get fucked.
What's a kid doing here?
What's a kid doing here?
What's a kid doing here? Bingo?
I can't believe that got me. I can.
Oh yeah, that was just the... Garbage chute out of order. Please do not use it until the problem is resolved. Okay, that's not a real door. Did I get something? I don't think so, so what am I doing now?
Huh.
Second floor hallway key. Ensemblement. Opus 82-3. Robert Schumann. Some kind of a music room. There's another broken record.
That's me talking about remake.
Quite the artist.
For a clown.
It's like Bunny's World. Did they spawn an enemy out here to hurt me and kill me?
Scare you and blast you?
To strike me and affect me? Well, this door's open now. No, this one was already open. I just didn't go in here. What a weird... golden apple handle.
Doesn't look like an apple.
What a weird fucking...
Maybe like...
I guess it looks like... oh yeah, it looks a little more apple-y here. Although it's still like... apples are... not usually quite
It's
like...
too round.
Too round, the leaf feels like... too flat on it. I think these, like, are typical... what's your problem? Oh. See, like, why does he get to do an attack because I'm fucking... okay.
I mean, do you want my cynical reasoning?
I would love your cynical reasoning.
I suspect it's because the world is so much bigger, and so there's so many more healing items, and so they just gotta take off more health to justify the healing items.
Yeah. If we make it more combat focused, then combat might start being too fun and fair. Are we going here? Doesn't sound like it. Nope, we're... I guess... admittedly, there are enough healing items that I feel comfortable just having them when I need them. But...
But it basically does not make for a case of, oh, this has all been carefully thought out, and there's a push and pull to inventory supply and how risky you're willing to be with fighting or not.
Yeah. Like, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Like, I dodged! I dodged and he still got me!
And like the thing is, I think in a game that's not very combat central, you can have this kind of situation where it's really difficult to avoid damage.
For sure.
And you just don't think that much of it. But God, is it ever throwing enemies at you every 2 seconds?
Like, it's doing that, and it's like... It is just combat-centric enough that... The fact
it is
that
like
it
legitimately so hard to take in... Oh, sorry.
I mean, like, yeah, just like...
The fact that it isn't.
The fact that it isn't more combat-centric is almost to its detriment more than the fact that it is a little bit more than the original. Because it feels like there should be more freedom to, like... What am I saying? Like... It feels like it wants to be a little more... Like... A little more something.
Alright, what I like my artistic impulse to suddenly blurt out whatever thought enters my mind over and out of the way. I am just kind of noticing as you go through these like especially in these dark areas with the flashlight, it's like I don't know how to put this because I don't think you should just be able to see everything, but there's something about this angle. Oh, spooky. It's got the rumble in the air. There's something about this angle that makes it so hard to take in details of, like, inside the apartment rooms that feel like they're meant to be crafted places.
Yeah.
Like, when you were in that bathroom, it was so hard to absorb anything about the environment.
Like, it really does kind of just... It's there. It's like a bathroom. I'm in it. There's an extent to which they want the camera angle to be a way to, like, feel like you're more in the space, but they haven't actually really done anything to meaningfully make it so. Like, to hell!
Hell! Hey there, fellas! Did somebody mention the door to hell?
Well, anyway. Yeah, this is still This is a little... I will say, though, I do remember that where I ended off first stream of the original was, like... I spent, like, half an hour running back and forth because I didn't know what I needed to do. So that's really the only reason I'm quite this close to finishing at the same point after fucking around for so much longer. I don't know if I actually saved. That'll make sure of it. Yeah.
If I have one positive thing to say, I'm glad James's voice, once he actually started talking to characters, got a little more interesting in the performance, because when he was first in his own head during the opening, it was just kind of the really gruff, sad man performance.
Yeah, literally, like...
He was really going through it.
When I got up to the first, or to the well with the first save point, and he had, like, another voice line, and it was still, like, that really downery, like, sheer fucking miserable voice, I was like, okay, he's gonna sound like this all game, and it's not gonna be entertaining. But
yeah, and
once he
like when he talked to Angela, it is a good performance for giving the impression of a guy who is, like, genuinely trying to do his best and at least put on a show of worrying about other people.
Like, it definitely, like, is still a reasonable, like, actual performance. Not just, like... There was, like... I definitely don't... I will say this on a similar note, like, and this is partially due to, like, the specific nature of streaming it, and not every little, like, thought or bit of dialogue, especially when you're, like, checking things in the environment, not everything being voiced. And so trying to do, like, at least a slight impression of the character's voice when I'm reading stuff, like, I could never fucking get original James's, like, voice in my head straight. And, like, I'd have to think more on it after some dialogue in this one, since I haven't had to do it because he is more voiced, but I could, like, like, it's more of a... It does have that going for it. It's a bit more of a, like, energy. He doesn't sound as much like just some guy as Harry did.
He's certainly... And he's certainly not the world's most normal man like Henry.
See,
the man's so normal that he looped back around to, like, this guy needs estrogen.
It's so true. Although it is a little funny because whatever it was about Henry's performance, he did have, like, a certain quality. Like, I feel like it was maybe, like, a slight accent or something, and it did make his voice stand out that little bit more. Despite, like, yeah, otherwise being kind of just a guy for now. But anyway, it is time for me to wrap it up. Definitely, like, as a game, I am, like, having an okay time. Like, we're both complaining a lot, but it's like competent so far. It's fine.
My complaints purely come from a company being given way too much slack on mid and competent
Yeah.
Just because they didn't like implode everything the way people thought they might.
Like, I've definitely
It's
still got my complaints
fine.
as a game, and I definitely have a lot of ways that I would do a Silent Hill remake differently if it was up to me, but I'm not regretting it so far. Like, we'll keep going, see how it treats us, and like ultimately coming out of it being like, well, that was okay, is not the worst thing in the world. Like, I'm certainly gonna be glad I didn't spend money on it no matter what, but
It's $70.
it's fucking $70. But anyway, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Iris, for hanging out in call.
Yeah.
I don't have anything real big to talk about or anything. Just starting Classic Spyro 2 on Monday and playing more of this next Foggy Friday.
Yes.
I am not going to look for someone to raid because I need to go and get some food, I think.
Oh my god, yeah. Feast.
Yeah, nothing else big needs saying, so thank you all for being here again. Hope you all have a good rest of your days. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.